Session D, Shortcut Test Value Method. In this method, again help us to solve quadratic inequalities. Let's see. For any real numbers, alpha and beta, where alpha is smaller than beta, that means this one's smaller one, beta is the greater one. The solution of the inequality, this one, x smaller than alpha or x greater than beta. And the solution of the inequality of this one smaller than 0 will become this. That means greater than 0, this is the solution. If smaller than 0, this is the solution. Okay? Again, have a look. These two actually a greater than 0 if we write as quadratic form like this. Okay? So again, if a greater than 0 for the inequality, greater than 0 that one, x smaller than the smaller x-intercept, or x greater than greater x-intercept. If quadratic inequality smaller than 0, then x in between two x-intercepts. Okay? Let's see. Let's have a look. If we test the value, then let's have a look. For this one, solve 2x squared plus 13x minus 7 greater than 0. Actually, this one you can factorize. 2x minus 1 and x plus 7. Right. Then, the critical points are x equals 1 over 2 or x equals negative 7. Right. Then you can think it as this. Negative 7, negative 1 over 2. Okay? After you get these three values, then you have interval 1, interval 2, and interval 3. That means this part, and this part. Okay? Actually, for this value, if you remember, quadratic graph is a parabola. Either this one or this one. That means it cuts this or this. And you know that this one is open upward, so it should be this. And you found that the graph, this part is positive, negative, positive. So you can see that the interval, if you test one of them, for example, test the interval 2, then you can get that it's negative. Okay, let's try. And here it should be positive 1 over 2. I write it better. Okay, now I take x equals 0, then you can check. Then 2x minus 1 times x plus 7. And you found that this one equals negative 7, which is smaller than 0. That means here is negative. That means these two should be positive. Okay? Therefore, solutions of inequality are x smaller than negative 7 or x greater than or equals 2. X smaller than or equals negative 7 or x greater than or equals to 2. Okay? So by using shortcut test method, and it can help us to understand where or which intervals is positive or negative. Substitute a value, maybe the easiest one, for example 0, then you can find that it's negative. If this one negative, that means the other two sides become positive. Okay. And this method have one thing you need to pay attention. If only one critical point, then this method may not help you. Okay, for example, only have x equals 2/3. What means of this? That means only cut at this one. For a curve or for a graph of quadratic function, only touch x-axis. What means of this? That means either this kind or this kind, right? If this kind, then two sides still positive value, right? If this kind, that means two sides still negative value. Then it's not good for solving the quadratic inequalities. So if you have two critical points, then it's a method to help you to find it. Okay, it's okay. You can find it by checking the sign of the intervals. You still can find the solutions. Understand?